I want you guys to remember that the only people that are going to talk down on you are the people that are low. People that are higher in frequency, higher in self-confidence and self-concept do not need to speak low on other people. People are going to talk low on you because they want to project the feelings that they feel inside onto you because they don't know exactly how to deal with those feelings. They feel feelings of familiarity whenever they can talk down on you and get a specific reaction out of you, hurt you, or make you feel low like they are. I want you guys to remember that nobody worth your time is going to talk down on you, try to belittle you. You're going to run in this with family. You're going to run into this with coworkers. You're going to run into people that want to exert dominance over you. You're going to run into people that cannot control themselves. You're going to see people out here that are very low in their nature. They don't like their life. They don't like themselves. They can't control the feelings that they have within, and they have no self-discipline. And no self-discipline is a thing that we all have to deal with. And I want you guys to remember that whenever you find yourself doing something that you don't want to do, don't go so hard on yourself. Realize that we are evolving in consciousness every day. And that what you are dealing with is something that is a collective problem for the whole of humanity. And you are in this fight with the rest of humanity. You are not in this fight alone. So I want you guys to know that your wins are not only your wins. Listen, your wins are literally making it easier for the people around you. For example, if you conquer things in your life that have just been very difficult for you to conquer, and you start maintaining control over them and exerting control over those aspects of your life, you are in turn going to make it easier for the people around you to do the same. You are literally evolving consciousness. So I want you also to know that the things that you're struggling to deal with right now that are hard for you, these are things that the collective consciousness around you is also dealing with, and this is why they are in turn a difficulty for you. But what I want you guys to know is low people are always going to try to lower a higher frequency. It's not the other way around. It just don't work like that. Higher frequency people, they do not care to say things about other people. If there's something going on that they really don't like or they don't value, they're just going to bounce out from there. They know there's other people that might value that. They also understand that there's other people that might be trapped in that and they can't see their way out of that situation. They don't feel particularly good about it and they don't feel particularly bad about it. What they do is they evacuate. They don't put too much thought into it. They make things happen. And I want you guys to know that it's going to come from your family. It's going to also come from the people closest to you. You know, a situation in my life just happened where, you know, people that weren't in my life for a long time come back in my life. They act like that they could put things in the past, but, you know, they can't do that. I, in any situation, will always be the bigger person. For a long time, I felt like this was one of my flaws, that I couldn't stand up for myself and stuff like that. I'm starting to realize that I can stand up for myself. I just have a hard time putting energy into things that I don't see no value in doing. And I had to realize that I really wasn't particularly wrong for the way I was moving. I just needed to understand a little bit more about myself. That's all you need to do. Understand a little bit more about yourself and listen to this, guys. There is no book that you need to read. There's no, you know, what book selection do you need to read? What do I need to do? Here's the thing you need to do. And this is one of the most important things you're ever going to learn that I'm going to teach you. And that's this. The most important book for you to read and reread and understand fully is the past chapters of your life. And I had this intuition whenever I was a young boy. I knew that there was no information that I needed to learn, no book, no guru, no YouTube video. It wasn't even YouTube back then, but there wasn't no teacher that I could go to, no counselor, no parent that I could go to. The only thing that I could go to was the past chapters of my life. I didn't know exactly why, but I know I got the intuition whenever I was young. And I started to explore that, but along my travels, you know, we get lost. But I want you to know that it's okay to get lost. As long as you know the direction, you're always going to be able to find your way back. Also know this, you are loved. You do not need any evidence of success in your life to be successful. That is an illusion, and also it's a trap. Because what if somebody did not have things in their life to be very, you know, happy about and confident about? people start out in all different places. Some people start out low, some people start out high. It doesn't matter. But what if you was a person starting out low? You didn't have much resources, and you didn't have zero confidence. That would be a particularly dangerous place for you to be in, because you lack resources. You need confidence to be able to maneuver around with people, because God is in people, and any opportunity you're going to find is always going to revolve around dealing and networking with people. So if you're not a good people person, and you don't put out a good vibe, and you don't exert confidence, self-discipline, self-control, self-motivation, self-love, you are going to be in a very dangerous place, because you don't have those things that are required, and you don't have the resources. But if you do not have the resources, and you can develop those things that I just said, despite not having any evidence of those things being in your reality, you having no reason to have self-confidence, self-discipline, courage. If you don't have no reason in your reality to have those traits, and you can still, despite your eyes and your environment, develop those traits, you are one dangerous person. Things are going to happen good for you. Once you start to realize that there is no separation between anything and you in reality, you are literally one, because people see you as a person, but you're not a person. You are only a frequency. Once you start to realize these deeper truths of the universe, then you are going to be blessed. And there are bad people every day that get blessings. You don't have to be a particularly bad person to not get blessings. You can be a bad person and get blessings. You can be a good person and you can live a life in hell. The only thing that matters to the universe is, are you an energetic frequency match to the environment and to the reality that is aligned with that frequency? If you can see in your imagination the person that you want to become, and see the life that they live and what they have and how they feel about things in their life, and you can embody that now, even though there's no evidence of that in your life, you are going to find yourself seeing the reality that you see in your vision open up to you in this third dimensional reality that you're looking at. So take these things from me, guys. It took me 28 years to learn them, but I feel like now that I know them, I'm starting to actually live my life day one. And once you really start to get these concepts, you are literally going to be able to do everything in your life over again and see it from a different perspective. And you will feel incredible. You will feel unstoppable, because you really are. And really, people's first day being born is not when their birthday is, People's first day being born truly is after they live a life, they go through all this shit, and somehow they pick up this knowledge, and they can actually step into who they wish to become and live from that life. And it's like they're living reborn. You are literally living reborn. And don't forget that people are never going to honor the change in you. They're always going to see the version of you that you used to be, not who you become. This is not a problem with you, it's a problem with them. And their nervous system and what their body detects as a threat in their environment is going to be triggered by seeing a change in you. Even today, I used to be a very reactive person, couldn't control myself, always would lash out. There was a lot of weakness in me, there was anger in me, there was courage in me, but there was fear in me. There was all these different emotions in me, and I would never know how to really handle myself in different situations. But now that I've come into this truth, and I knew it whenever I was young, I knew these things. And now that I know more about them and have had the blessings of being able to see, research on these topics, the science of, the science behind religion, and how all religions have some truth in them, and all religions can't be right, but they can all be wrong, but they can all have some truth in them. And if you can be a seeker of truth and take knowledge from all these religions and not be tribal in your pursuit of truth, then you're gonna find these truths. You will embody them, and now today I'm a person that things happen to me. People talk bad about me. They want to hurt me. They want to try to destroy me, and I'm very calm. Because I know that it's lower frequencies that are going to try to lower my frequency. And no matter what, man, the universe is going to keep you where you've been at, because it is energetically neutral. It's maintaining the frequency you've been at, because it's a lot of work for the universe to keep bobbing up and down based on who you are in these different days. But you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested real thoroughly, I promise you. And if you can endure these tests, you're going to be rewarded with the reality that you've envisioned and the person that you've become within. You're not just going to become a better person within and your reality is just going to reflect poverty. It just doesn't work like that. Whenever you can embody these principles and you can see reality differently and you see everybody as one, and the people that try to hurt you, you know, you wish good things to happen to them, and you see that, you know, just like Jesus said, these people do not know what they're doing. Father, forgive them. Whenever you can embody that consciousness like God and Jesus and these spiritual teachers, where God has descended into earth into these forms of these people, if you can embody the principles and the way that they live their life, and you can bless the people who hate your guts and hope you pass away and your blood boils, and you can literally bless them and wish nothing but the best for them, but maintain your distance, you know, you can't say bad things are going to happen to you. I can't say that because it just isn't true, man. You are going to embody the reality that you wish to be in because you've become it. And that's just as simple as it is. And I never knew that. I always had an intuition of that whenever I was a kid, but now I'm really stepping into that life. I'm a different person now. And people see me being able to be calm in the face of chaos. They don't like that, you know. They tell me that I'm too calm. I'm intimidating. You know, I act like, you know, somebody that I'm not. They tell me all these things, but, you know, the thing is, they don't see me to be that person because they are used to the person I used to be. They're not going to honor the person that I've become because that literally is going to challenge their reality and who they are. They're not going to change. They're not going to make these sacrifices that I made to be a different person. So whenever they see me doing that and being calm in different situations, they take that as a threat. And, you know, I can't get mad at them, and the bad that they wish on me, I just wish good back on them. You know, they're not going to make me lower my frequency and start hating on people because I know we're all one. And whenever you can really embody that, guys, good things are going to happen to you. There is nothing on earth that could take you down whenever you have nothing in your environment to be happy about or courageous about. But you have courage anyway, in spite of what you can see. Because you are not walking with your eyes, you are walking with your mind. And there is not a thing on earth that could ever shake you out of who you are. Because here's the key. What your environment is didn't get you where you are. You became what you are in spite of your environment. So anything reality throws at you ever ain't going to shake you off who you are because you became it despite reality. Reality never gave you a reason to be courageous, but you developed courage. Reality never gave you a reason to feel, you know, that you were a rich person in your heart because you didn't have a whole bunch of money in your pocket, but you developed, you know, a richness in your heart. So reality didn't give you jack shit. Reality didn't give you shit. So guess what? Reality cannot take shit from you. And that's a strong place to be in. And I really just feel reborn, bro. And you can feel the same way wherever you're at, because this isn't about, again, evidence that reality shows you who you want to be. It's about fuck reality. It's about who cares if you got $1 million in your pocket. You don't need it to feel rich. And whenever you can embody that state of consciousness and really just love the people that really hate your guts, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be so blessed that it ain't even funny to know that anything could happen to you in your reality, and it does not matter. It don't matter because reality didn't give you jack shit or any evidence to be happy about. And despite it, you was happy. So I want you guys to know this. If you tuned in to the end of the video, I'm really thankful for you. And I hope you guys can embody this consciousness that I'm starting to develop. And I hope that you guys can really be reborn again and live your life for the first day again and experience everything that you've wanted to experience from a new perspective, and you will be blessed doing it. So I love you guys a lot, and I really thank you to be on my journey with me. And if you tuned in to the end of the video, thanks for sticking around. I love you guys.